What's going on, everyone? Look where we are. We're outdoors. Hashtag almost summer content because Stanley Cup Finals are upon us, guys. Make sure your mics are on.
Clear.
Yeah. Today, Junior.
Guys, we're at Kyle, Dad Hiscock's place out in the beautiful backyard. We figured it's such a lovely day on this Memorial Day. Might as well take advantage of the situation, right? So we're potting outdoors for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Vegas Golden Knights versus the Washington Capitals. It's basically the Stanley Cup of destiny, I would say.
Yep.
But you guys, just like every podcast, let's get into what we're drinking. We'll talk about our sponsors, and then we'll dive right into recapping the conference finals of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Tyler, hit us up with our sponsors and what we're drinking today.
Boys and girls, as you can see in the front of the table, we have our Coach Tony's chicken wing dip. Chicken wing dip's on this side there, Bob. And then we have the Mi Hot on the other side, mild and hot, available in grocery stores. You can check them out online at cthotsauce.com. Barbecues are, this is what we're doing today. We're barbecuing some wings. This is perfect for this. We got some dip for the game later. Got some chips. We're all set.
Have a Memorial Day, folks.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yep.
It's a great day. And hopefully nobody had to work like I did.
Lest we forget what Memorial Day is really about. Just throwing it out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Yep. Cheers.
What are we drinking, boys?
Yeah, what are we drinking?
I'm doing
From the hills of Woburn, Mass.
Wow.
Just run with it, Dad.
Yeah, there you go. He's so much
with it.
better
From the
than me.
hills.
From the hills of Woburn, Mass. I didn't come up with that. It's on their can.
No, I know.
I'm not that creative. Come on, boys.
Damn, it sounded good, too. I really thought you did.
Lord Hobo Brewing Company. I'm drinking a little hobo life right now. This is the Session IPA.
I'm drinking a little Glorious.
And
Is that a song?
Tyler
Yes.
is
I
drinking
got the Boom Sauce
Boom
New
Sauce.
England
Here
IPA.
comes the
Boom.
Love that.
And then Greg's just a follower and drinking Hobo Life.
So we got the mix pack. We got the
Tyler will speak
the
for
mix
me,
pack
too.
of Lord Hobo from Wegmans. Pretty good little mix pack.
Yeah.
Love it.
Never seen
Right.
before. Never
Never
seen
has seen
before.
it before.
No.
Yeah,
True.
typically Lord Hobo does all of theirs in pounders.
Yep.
So this is like the little.
They changed up their 4-packs now. They're in the cardboard boxes.
I did see that.
Oh,
as well.
really?
Yeah, not
Boys are
the little
figuring-
things.
Gotcha.
Boys are feeding
Gotcha,
out.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But they're definitely making moves. They just got cut into most sets at Waggies and Tops, so they're increasing their profile.
I mean, I can't feel like it's directly attributed to us, but we didn't hurt.
No, definitely not.
Just
We
saying.
did pump their tires a little bit in the beginning of the pod.
Welcome, boys.
I think Bob discovered it.
Lord Hobo?
Facts.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't.
I didn't know about it. Bob introduced me to it. Glad
man.
he did.
It happened by accident. I went out to
Yeah.
dinner one time, and the waiter at Ox and Stone was just like, "You should try this. This is a really good one." And it was Hobo Life, and it just stood out to me. I'm like, "All right, cool." Actually, no, steal this can,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, "What? Let me try that." All right. So
I don't
did,
think they're
and
around
I've
here
been,
anymore. The Steelers can have all. I think that's the fourth of their beers.
And they're introducing Virtuoso,
Sounds amazing.
which is a double dry hop,
juicy,
extra
double
juicy,
dry,
hazy.
Just every word that we love on the pod here on the Sticks and Beers.
Hey,
podcast.
8.8 ABV.
Lord Hobo, if you want to send one our way, welcome to it. Just saying. We'll drink it up. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I'll make-
sponsor sluts here.
I'll
at
make
the
sure that
Sticks
thing's
and Beers
okay.
podcast.
And also, boys and girls, I just downloaded the Untapped app, so all the beers that I've been drinking going to be posted on my Twitter and on my Facebook, my rankings, what I liked about them, if I didn't like them. So look out for that content, too.
Real quick before we dive into the conference finals, in grad school, one of my professors for this class is the Eastern Region brand manager for Gannett, who own the DNC, and she actually gave me the contact info for like the dude that published the top 10 IPAs in Rochester from the DNC.
Saw that.
Oh,
And
you didn't like that at all, didn't you?
Correct.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
were
called
really
her out. I'm
heated
like,
about it.
I got a bone to pick with that guy in class. But she gave me his contact info, and maybe we could get him on the pod and talk about
You just bury him?
do an S&B top 10 power.
Hey, when it comes on the pod,
This is not really a welcoming but we could try it
You
out.
can't bring Greg's kicked out for this one. All
We
right.
could do
We're
his
coming
top
way
10
too
versus
hot.
our top 10.
I
What do
haven't
you
seen
think
the
about
list.
that for good summer content, huh?
Yeah, that sounds like
I haven't
a great
seen the list
idea.
yet. I don't know how much I disagree with it, but based on what you're saying,
I'm
I'm
still
in.
trying to
Sold.
figure out if that's Greg down there. I mean, look at that. Look at the hair. Look
Yeah,
at
right? Where'd
cut
the
on
flow
that.
go?
Hey, how
Man.
are ya? Summer
He
coat.
looks like an
My
actual
followers aren't gonna
gentleman now.
recognize him. They're gonna be, who's that random guy you guys
You
picked up
got to
off
go to the
street,
summer
no?
coat. Maybe it's a fresh start for me. Turn a new leaf. They heard what I said prior. They're like, get this. We
Remember
need
the
a new
last
guy.
time that he got his hair cut?
Is that
I
when
think.
he got table-topped?
No, I think it was the time where he got smoked by the can jam.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It was last.
I think he had a
last
fresh.
year's
He had a
night
fresh
last
cut of
year.
that one too.
It's on my Instagram. You guys don't need to see that though.
That's great. All right, I think we should get back on track though. That was a
Yeah,
good
let's
challenge.
dive into the conference finals before we get into the Stanley Cup Finals. Just a reminder, everyone, Sticks and Beers podcast brought to you by Coach Tony's Hot Sauce. You can get it at all your local grocers, especially Wegmans. You know the drill. We say it every pod.
Any smart grocer that's selling it. You know,
Yes.
Pretty much. You
Yeah.
know, hit them up at
Okay.
cthotsauce.com. But guys, let's start at the East, go to the West like we always do.
Mhm.
Tampa, Washington.
Oof.
I mean,
Disappointment. I mean,
Yes.
Washington 2-0 right out of the gate. Like, oh, Tampa's done for. Tampa
on the
comes back.
on the road nonetheless.
3 straight wins. Are
Define
up 3-2, and then they just bottomed out.
It was
the past
a
2
wild
games.
series.
Yeah,
Yes.
what do you mean
Simply
disappointment?
I think it was a great
Disappointment?
hockey series.
Tampa disappointed me.
Oh, okay.
I-
That's
yeah,
what you mean by disappointment.
yeah, I wasn't
I thought you
saying
meant the
overall
series
series.
as a whole, and I was
Well,
like,
the
what hell?
the last 2 games, Tampa didn't look. They looked like invisible. Kucherov didn't look like he didn't even care to be out there. Stamkos, he tried, but had nothing to show for it. The second line of Point, Johnson, and who's the next one? Point, Johnson, and
A lot.
no, he was playing the top line. It was Gord. Point Johnson, Gord.
Yanni.
Yeah.
Laurel?
No, shut up. Don't start that. Don't start that.
Laurel.
Stop that. They were invisible. I don't think Point had a point in the last 3 games. But Vasilevsky stood on his head, and Washington just steamrolled them. I mean, they showed their size, physical. It's like a bear versus a deer, something like that.
That's not a common matchup. That's not.
I
No.
don't know.
It's more like a cheetah versus an antelope.
There you go.
Nah,
Gazelle.
but Washington played a heavy game. They're a bear. Like the rhinoceros. And just ran over them.
I did enjoy
Tom
that
Wilson.
Tom Wilson fight with Coburn.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I give Coburn a lot of credit though.
Yeah?
Frig,
He,
yeah,
I don't.
that's-
He didn't want it. Tom Wilson.
No,
no,
at all.
right
Would
after.
you?
No.
I mean,
Yo, and they got
wait,
right out
wait.
of the
Before the
box.
fight, though, how about Wilson just getting ragtalled by the ref, the linesman? He just you're not having.
insane.
That dude's a
you're not
heavy.
Yeah.
Who is
Completely
that
heavy.
guy?
Sign him up.
on a team.
He just completely.
Good Lord.
Wilson went crazy and
it's like
he
Ed
just
Hockley on
manhandled him.
skates.
That is.
Oh,
holy
that's great.
But like, where do you think the real reason why Washington? I wouldn't say stole that series because they were both division winners.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It still felt like stealing, though. It did.
It
To your
did.
point, it
It did.
totally did it. Tampa was the undisputed favorite. It seemed like
everyone's been
No
doubting
one talk-
Washington
yeah.
this year, but they have been the leader in that division literally all year, and the Metro
Undisputed.
is just such a I don't even know what to explain it. It's just everyone kills themselves in that division.
it's so random. It's so random.
To win that division, it's pretty good, basically.
Yeah, I mean they're
of course they're
one
gonna
of the
have
second best division in the
Yeah.
league.
I would say
Probably
over the
behind Central.
past 20 years, I think it's been the best.
If you're going back that far,
Since the lockout, I would say
then-
it's the
Well,
best.
they
then
they
that's
did
possible.
realignment though. There used to be 3 divisions and they're split up.
Apples and oranges.
When
Like
it was-
Pittsburgh was in
When
whatever.
it was the Atlantic before, that was the best division in
Yeah,
the
but
league.
Washington was in the southeast.
That's true.
So,
So it only made them better.
but they were split up in 2 different divisions.
Right, but if you took the Atlantic and then just added better teams,
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. True.
I
Get-
saw it- I think I
True.
saw it on Twitter
True.
or somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it. It's kind of funny though. Everyone rags on Ovechkin about how he's such a terrible playoff player and this and
I
that.
never have.
But
Wrong.
then you
Wrong.
look at the number. There was a statistic about Stamkos.
Yes, the game
Yes.
sevens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring it out, Dad. Bring them out.
And
Let's
it
go.
was some ridiculous, staggering number. Like in game sevens, he's played in
Petty O'Sullivan dropped that tweet,
was
by
it,
the way.
Was it? I think
7 games played?
Game sevens, and I think he has
0 points.
0 points or something. Yeah, it was
Baggy.
yeah, it was 0. Yeah, the goose
Fucking baggy.
egg. You're arguably the second best player on that team, probably.
So
if you count the last few years, you would say
Well, yeah.
Stamkos is the best.
Well, even though he's been injured, but who's a bigger disappointment, Cooch or Stamkos not performing? From what I saw, Cooch was
This year,
a
Cooch.
perimeter player. Stamkos was at least trying to drive to the net a little bit. He tried to make some moves, one-on-ones that didn't work out.
Couple
But-
1-Ts, couple 2-3 1-Ts, you know.
Yeah, but
And the big thing about Stamkos, he recognizes when he's not going, and
he tries to do something.
he does.
Yeah.
He hits.
Yeah.
He'll block shots.
Mhm.
He'll play. He's a great defensive player for
Yeah.
his offensive output.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you got to do to win. So, but
Boys-
obviously, there's no reason for him to put up goose eggs in 7 games.
Fact.
Well, no.
Fact.
Oh, yeah.
In Game
7.
7.
Sorry, yeah.
You know,
But
That's
this
my
also
step.
begs the question: does Tampa have too pretty of a game?
No.
Too pretty.
They beat
Washington
the shit.
came in.
They beat the shit out of the Devils, which might
The
just go to
Devils-
say
wow.
that the Devils are
And they-
very soft, which
And
they are.
they matched up against Boston, too.
Which they did. Very
They,
well.
I mean, they
I
have,
don't see
they have
Boston-
small guys.
Boston's
They don't have
not
the
a heavy team.
No.
But they're a
They got
grinding
some big
team.
guys.
Yeah. I mean, Marchand, he's a grinder.
Rick Nash,
Is that-
Chara.
Yeah, but those guys aren't mixing it up like that. Like Washington actually gave them a physical
That first
presence.
line in Boston is by no means soft. Like Marchand and Bergeron
Agreed.
get in there,
Yep.
and they cycle the shit out of you.
Yeah, they're great corner yeah, for sure.
I mean-
but I'm saying as a team, Boston's not the kind of presence that like Washington became.
No, they didn't have the
physically.
heavies, like Ovi and Tom Wilson there coming barreling down.
When
who
you
had
get
the
that
speed,
when
too.
you have that heavy on your top line coming
Yeah.
at you every time, like that's another level Tampa's got to
Smith,
deal
no,
with.
He's a big dude. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not a.
He smoked Giardi the one time.
Stevenson. I mean,
Yeah.
They got some
Those
friggin' guys
Yeah.
for sure.
they're a bunch.
I mean, Orpik looked really good.
Tampa looked.
I thought.
Tampa looked
Yeah,
soft.
no,
He was
Orpik,
like-
Orpik's looked
Hell
great
yeah.
all playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we were at Jerry's the one night, Bob
Yeah.
and Greg, and we were like, who the hell's out there wheeling? And it's
We-
freaking Brooks Orpik.
Yeah,
We've
for-
def-
for-
wheeling out there.
For his style of game that is becoming obsolete, he is making a good, what's the word?
Transition.
Yeah,
into a
like a
different
trans.
style of
Yeah,
game.
he's trying to reinvent himself
Yeah,
a little
well, you
better.
have to.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
definitely
Or else you
bagged
don't have
him
a job.
too. We definitely bagged him.
Probably.
I definitely bagged him.
We were joking.
And now he's
I
got
remember.
the A. I mean, he's obviously still got the A, but just having a gem of a playoffs.
You know, I don't know. I look at these teams that like even Boston, like they didn't make it far enough because they're not deep. And then you look at the two teams we have in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they're deep.
I wouldn't say Washington's very deep.
I would agree with Tyler.
I
Vegas is deep. Who was it? I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but Vegas is just all second line guys.
No.
Literally, their first through fourth line.
second or third liners.
Yeah, but they don't have any really bad guys, but they don't have any studs.
Well,
and
I
that's why
mean-
they're able to just roll 4 lines.
Well,
and be
Wild
fast
Bill's a
as hell.
stud now.
Well, their fourth line is a fourth line. Belmar, Reeves, and then
It is
who's
now,
their center?
but throughout the year, they're
thought
able to
Bellemare
just
was a
roll
center.
5 and
I thought he was
6s.
a winger.
Their top 3 is pretty much all
Center.
5s and
Chelsea's a
6s.
center.
That's what
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what they built their team around, of getting guys who were not their top 3, but that they weren't in the bottom 6 really.
So I guess this is a good transition to go into the Western Conference.
I
Talk
suppose
about
so.
Yeah.
Vegas. I mean,
Wow.
I mean, the reason I brought
Wow,
that up
seamless transition, huh?
was the reason I did bring that up just because it probably makes no sense why. I
Why?
brought
Because
that
you're a
up.
big Golden Knights guy?
More
Bingo.
Because
Bingo.
it
Past
makes me look
18
at, like,
years.
Tampa Bay, and they turned into basically a one line team at the end of the playoffs. I
Who?
felt Tampa.
yeah.
Their-
Same with Winnipeg.
Their secondary
To
scoring.
get to that though.
And that's exactly it. Winnipeg too. Their secondary scoring completely fell off the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Come the
You need
conference
that.
finals. You
Obviously.
need
And
that.
then
But
Washington was
Washington
getting
had
goals.
it.
Who had
From
2 goals in Game 7? It was
Burkowski.
Burkowski.
Yeah.
The guy
Oh,
was
wait,
nowhere
wait,
to
wait,
be found the
wait, wait.
entire playoff.
Jack,
Wait,
I
no.
kept him last
Did,
summer.
yeah, did you guys see that he hired I think it was a sports psychologist
Did he?
before
life coach?
Game 6? It was.
Dude, he's one of those.
So like I mean
Get my
he
psyche right.
like I think he called himself out in a post game interview. He's like, yeah, I hired a sports psychologist and like I've been talking to him, and then 2 goals in Game 7.
Right.
He looked fast. He looked like the player he was last year.
I just want to sit in on a conversation of that, because I know a lot of guys on the PGA Tour have them. I would just
Every
love
sports
to-
team has probably one on retainer.
I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I
at
just
least.
want to know what the vibe is of those
Yeah,
conversations.
what that
but,
sounds
you
like, that would be
know,
fascinating.
it would just be
I mean, you think about even businesses, like CEOs do that. They go to like life coaches and
yeah,
shit. Like, how
fun
do
to
you-
be a fly on the wall in those conversations.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to find one in
Maximum-
Rochester and
Interview
Hire him for the Nice Box?
I wouldn't say hire him. We don't have that kind of funds, but we can at least interview him.
interview
mean-
them for summer content.
Nice box. My psyche's at an all-time high. Like I'm not sure there's much more I
Speaking
could
of summer
do.
content, speaking of summer content, let me drop this real quick. Wednesday night, it won't be the next day, but I will be interviewing Brian Tosti, who is the play-by-play
Toaster.
and one of the main media guys of the Greenville Swamp Rabbits of the ECHL. So I'm going to be talking to him via Skype. He was one of my good friends from college. Talking all about the grind of the ECHL and the monster that is the E-show. And then we're going to talk about some fun stories after that. But stay tuned for that. We're probably going to drop that later this week. No rush on that one. Okay, back to the conversation.
All right.
So Western Conference.
Western Conference.
Finals.
So Vegas to win the cup? Question mark.
We'll get into our picks.
Wow.
We'll get into our
Ryan
picks.
just comes out guns blazing.
That's
there.
great. So what did Winnipeg do wrong? You guys think?
I already said it. Secondary
Scoring. Yeah.
I think it is. I think that if
Hellbuck didn't win a game for him.
but he didn't play bad.
He didn't
No,
steal a game.
he
Sorry,
kept them
he didn't
in.
steal a game.
That's
he
what-
kept them in the
correct.
last couple
That's-
games.
Where
That's
Fleury stole some games.
Right.
Two
Absolutely.
shutties in a row.
Yeah, same with Holpe.
But you look at Winnipeg, you don't think their secondary scoring didn't show up necessarily. Like they still have great, talented
Yeah, but
secondary
Ehlers.
guys.
I mean, Ehlers didn't have a goal the whole playoff.
Ehlers, that's a stunning upset.
He was
Yeah.
a
because
no-show.
he was flying though. He was still flying
He
around in
always
some of those
flies.
games.
Greg, you could be the fastest player
So
in the world. It doesn't
somebody
matter if
was
you're not-
Yeah,
Michael
I-
Grabner
Michael-
still scores goals
Right.
somehow.
He didn't have. He had one goal for the Devils after he got
that
traded.
true?
And I guarantee it was.
That
I guarantee it was just
I was
shorthanded
gonna
because that's
say,
all that guy
empty-
scores.
Empty netter.
Empty netter is shorthanded goals is Michael Grabner's MO.
That's all the Devils fans jerk off to that trade. I'm like, this
'cause
guy
that's their-
doesn't score real goals.
No. Well, that's the thing about him. But anyway.
That's
Yeah,
a good
that's-
stat. Eller's without a single goal though in the
Yeah.
playoffs. That's a good
And I don't
stat.
know what. Well,
That's stunning.
obviously Scheifele did his work. I mean,
But there were
he had,
one
what,
line.
14
There were
goals.
one
Almost
line.
a goal per game.
Yeah. He was
Line did his work. He was good in the playoffs.
I have a question.
No, he wasn't. He only had I think 6 goals.
6 goals, but how many apples?
No,
10?
like no.
No, he.
Eight?
No. Look it up.
I bet you he's almost point per
he,
game.
he definitely he definitely underperformed.
I bet you he's almost point per game.
While you look that up, I have
Yeah.
a question though for the
Just under.
guys to my
not
left.
fun.
Do we think that their series against Nashville just took too much out of them? Because
They look
both of those
good.
teams beat the shit out of each other.
But they still look good in every game.
It felt like Winnipeg dominated that series the entire time. You never
Against
felt like
Nashville?
Nashville.
Yeah, and then
You never felt like Nashville had like a solid chance.
I
to actually
think they
win.
dominated a lot of the Vegas too, but Vegas always had they scored like I think the opening goal. I think
Dude, they start off
5
hot.
games.
They had like 3 goals that were a minute.
Yeah, and
I don't
then
know
that
how
too.
less
They rebounded.
after Winnipeg.
How many
That's
smelling
Winnipeg
salts
for
are
you.
they sniffing before the game? That they're every single friggin' game they just
And
come
then
out
when-
flying.
And then when the other team scores,
Flying.
they're just like, all right, open up the salts again, and they got a huge bag of them and just.
I would love to have played for a coach like Gerard Gallant. Did you guys see his interview where someone asked him about like making mistakes, and he's
Yeah.
just like,
Yep.
"Yeah, we don't care.
Well,
Yeah, I
that
don't
was
give
the
a
per-
shit. Play
The,
your
the
game.
Go
Nosek,
make
the
mistakes.
Nosek guy
Just go
in
get it back."
Better
Game
after.
4,
Yeah.
he took a penalty. They score a power play goal, sends up on the next shift, and 43 seconds later, he scores a goal
Yeah, it's
because he grinded it.
That kind of trust in your players goes so far in just being able to play a
just
team
pumps
game.
their tires.
Like
It's
that's
just
so
all
huge. It's like
huge
you can,
return.
You can make mistakes. It's all right. Just fucking get her back. That's hockey. There's so many little mistakes that get made.
5-7 line ahead. 17 games, 12 points
12
in
and
17
17.
games. It's not terrible.
I wouldn't say
I would
that's.
say that's about what he's at
disappoint.
too during the regular season
in
too,
his
though.
in his career probably
His points per game ratio.
60 and 80.
yeah, but how many
something
were on
like
the
that.
power play?
I know he had 2 power play goals.
And I hate to bring it back to Tampa,
But we were
but
talking
a lot
about
of
Wheeler,
their
or Wheeler,
Stamkos and
weren't we? Not Laine?
Kucherov,
No,
they had
Laine,
all
Laine,
their
Laine.
power play
Oh.
goals.
I thought you were
Wheeler
talking
had a
about
good series.
No, Wheeler was filthy.
Wheeler was good
Yeah.
too.
Wheeler
I mean,
was filthy.
That top line was good. I mean,
Yeah.
but you had
And then Connor had
What did
Connor.
Connor have? Did
I
he
don't
have
know. He
anything?
chipped in a little bit.
He had a little something.
He's
I mean,
he's
he
he's a
wasn't bad.
second. He's a third tier player, and he just brings the speed.
It's just
What?
weird.
He's a third tier player on that team.
I'd say he's top 6.
Dude, he was
Well,
on
you
the
know,
first
he's
line.
he's a top 6 player, but he's
Oh.
not the guy who's counted on. He is there to help spread out the.
I
offense.
guarantee you next
pretty
year
good
that
player.
he's gonna be in the top 3 in scoring on that team.
top 3 in scoring. I'll take that bet.
Six
I would
wings.
take that.
6
bet, too.
wings.
6 wings.
Write it down, someone,
Double it
because
up.
that's
I'll bet you
easy
6
money.
wings too.
Really?
I think he's gonna be a 30 goal scorer next year.
Top
He was a
3 on
30
Winnipeg
goal,
Jets.
He's a 30 goal scorer this
You're
year.
saying he
Yeah.
does better than Scheifele, Laine, and Wheeler.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be Scheifele, Connor.
So you're saying he does
Wheeler.
better than one of
so he fits
Scheifele,
in the
Laine,
top
and Wheeler.
3. He's got to fit in the top
6
3.
wings?
6 wings.
Deal. Fucking sold. Good lord.
I'm that confident in my Lord and
I
Savior.
listen.
Kyle
I
Connor.
like Kyle Connor too,
I do
which is
too.
the funny part about this bet.
He's
He's
gonna
a great player.
He's gonna
but
be back
easy
on my
money.
fantasy team
Yeah,
this year.
he is gonna. He's
God,
I need to get some
he's a
wings
young
back,
guy
too.
that
What if
helps
he
spread out the
finishes
offense.
first? What if he
No.
finishes first on the team?
Absolutely not. I will double
I'm just
up
saying.
on that too.
I'm just, that'd be
I'll bet
hila-
you a fucking bucket
That'd
of
be
wings.
hilarious. If he's first, you owe me a bucket of wings then.
All right, and if he's not, I'll owe you you give me like 20. I'll give you 2 to 5 odds. 5
I
to
don't
2.
know any of that stuff. That's regardless.
All right.
No, I think the ultimate, like Tyler said, Hellebuck didn't steal a game, and their secondary scoring.
You know what's funny though with that is that Winnipeg was touted as the best offense in the league.
Touted?
Yeah.
You think best
They're
offense or
deep.
best top
They're
six?
very
Best
deep team.
offense in the
Overall,
league.
you think?
Highest scoring. They had the
would've
highest
put-
goals per game in the league.
I don't think they were touted as that,
Yeah.
though, because I think
Yeah.
the media is biased to, it's like if Winnipeg
No.
if Winnipeg wasn't in Winnipeg, like if you literally just
No,
took that
don't
market
give me no.
and put it in a
Nope.
bigger market,
What do you mean? It's
They
a
would've
huge
been-
market.
They led the league in goals per
Winnipeg's
game.
smaller than Rochester.
Yeah, but it's still Canada. They draw from all over Manitoba.
I have had a Canadian confirm this with me.
No, I need to
Yeah.
fact check
I
that.
asked
We could
I
beat
need
it.
to fact
coworker
check.
Matt, who's Canadian. I'm like,
Canadians
is it
lie a
bigger or
lot.
smaller than
Canadians
Rochester?
lie a lot. They're way too polite. They're
Oh.
clearly not truthful all the time.
Well, we just lost one country of our viewership. Thanks, Greg.
All right. There goes
And
all
being this is a hockey podcast,
30 million
tough blow.
viewers of us.
Tough
Yikes.
blow.
Yikes.
Jeez.
I'm telling you though, Winnipeg leading the league in goals per game. That's like you thought that was the best offense in the league. I thought that was the best offense in the league. Who would you name would have been better in the regular
Tampa?
season?
Boston.
No,
No, not Boston.
Pittsburgh.
No.
Pittsburgh. I'll take Pittsburgh.
I'll take
Pittsburgh's
those
offense.
three. I'll take those three right
over
there.
them.
I'd take Winnipeg.
Very
Tampa.
very
Okay.
comparable. They're not far off from each other.
Point
I mean,
being, way up there, you would never expect their secondary scoring to go away. That's
Yes.
really the point I was trying to get at.
I get it. And and I didn't think their defense played like I thought. Myers had a good series.
Bufflin had an
I-
amazing series.
Bufflin
Good
was
job.
Trouba-
ragdolling people out there.
If he
Trouba
could
and
play like
Morrissey.
that for a whole year, he'd be friggin' Norris candidate
Oh,
every year.
Every year.
That was the exact quote I had from the last pod. I wanted,
I
you
think
get,
I'm pretty sure it was.
exact quote.
Oh,
Pretty
well,
sure it was.
Wow.
Then I
stealing
confirm.
content.
then I
Oh,
can
he
do
listened to me. He had that queued up the
Wait,
whole
is
time.
it
He's
stealing
like,
content if it's from our own S&B content?
It's from me. You're stealing it from me there, bud.
Continue.
Well, then we agree. Like, what do you want?
All right.
All right.
All right. Jesus. All right.
Anyway, so
Boys.
boys,
Yes.
do we keep with the Western Conference? Are we good with the Western Conference, or do we go to the Stanley Cup?
I'm
preview?
all set with the West. Anybody else have any?
No? I don't think I'm good. You good? We good,
I
Bob?
mean, do we want to talk?
All right.
We never really touched on why Vegas won. How are we leaving them out of the equation here?
Well, because they rebounded quickly. They started off good.
Th-
I mean,
okay,
they were
yeah,
they
you
were a
did
little
touch on
rusty
that.
game one, but then they won
It
4
was a
straight.
shit pumping game one. It was
Yeah.
3-0, 10 minutes into the game. Drexy was here, I think, watching it. You were watching it after.
No, yeah, I was here too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was whatever.
3-0, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to, like you said, Gallant making good decisions and their players just rallying.
Mm-hmm.
How about that guy? How about Gallant? The guy had to get a bus.
Cap.
I love seeing
Yeah,
those
cap.
stories.
They kicked
That's-
him off the
I love
freaking
seeing
bus
that
and told him to
story.
get a taxi cab to the airport.
That's
I mean,
absolutely.
Did you guys see the one tweet that just said it's that photo, but it said do the Stanley Cup Finals, please?
Yeah.
Oh,
How you doing,
jeez.
Florida?
Yeah, not great.
Bob, by the way, sorry, I got that bet written down though, so you're fucked.
Me too. You're so fucked.
Good talk.
Um,
you can pick Kyle Connor in our fantasy draft next year just to watch him light up the league.
He'll score 25 to 30 goals
He'll
again.
be
I'm
good.
not saying
He'll be
that.
good. Yeah, he'll just
It doesn't put him in the top 3, though.
Yeah,
Cracking
exactly.
open the boom sauce. What do you think?
I'm going
I
Glorious.
had
I'm going
great.
Hobo Life.
I think I might get on the Glorious 2 train.
No.
You fucking virgin.
Wow.
Doesn't know how to
Wow.
open a
You need
beer.
keys? You need a key to poke that thing through?
Come on. Yeah. Oh,
that's dangerous.
All over his phone.
All
right.
Slice his
So,
finger.
Let's
Stanley Cup.
where
well,
are we going? Stanley Cup preview?
we're going to go to the Stanley Cup preview, but everyone, don't forget Coach Tony's Hot Sauce, cthotsauce.com, all your local grocers. You know the drill.
Yep.
Now, on to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Can't wait for that chicken wing dip, by the way.
Game 1
So
tonight
good.
in Vegas.
Heat and eat, baby. I'm sorry, that was a little late.
No, it's all right. That's okay.
Way late.
What I'm least looking forward to is how over-the-top ridiculous Vegas'
Love it.
pregame thing is
Can't
going
wait.
to be.
Love it.
Can't wait.
I'm going
Love
to
it.
kill
So,
myself
sign
over
me
this
up.
thing.
What are
Let's
they going to
go.
do with the Capitals, though? What is our predictions?
They're probably going to bomb the White House,
Oh my
which would be
Good Lord.
not sweet.
Well,
Big brother, if you're watching, he was just kidding.
sorry.
That's a joke, guys. That's a joke.
Cut that out.
I'm kidding.
Make America great again.
On Memorial Day, Bob. God,
Jesus.
No one cares about our politicians. It's all about the soldiers.
I don't know what they're going to do. We'll find out in
Yikes.
about 4 hours, 3.5 hours.
Wait, so because they usually have
They do like a
when they do the home ice thing, they've got
night.
some
They got the night.
figure
They got the
representing
night.
the away team.
Correct.
Though.
Right.
Obviously, last year or when they played the Sharks, it was the Sharks.
They're probably going to do like a
obviously.
Game of Thrones thing with like oncoming.
What do you think the
walking
cap?
cavalry.
You don't think it's going to be an eagle?
It's gonna be? It probably will be an
I
eagle.
think it's going to be an eagle.
Well, isn't
But they
that?
can't do anything to a bald eagle. That's our
Yeah.
national
well, it's not going to be a
symbol.
real live eagle. It's going to be the fake mascot
Well, you just
wearing
said they were going to
some
blow up the
costume.
White House or something. So.
Well, that's true. So
I
clearly
think
nothing
killing
got
a bald
around.
eagles. I think a little bit. I think they would probably be a little
Tilly's
bit
better than
So,
blowing up the
like a couple, I think it was last pod where I totally backtracked on what I thought Vegas would do if they play the Capitals. That was my idea. I completely backtracked. I didn't want to say that. It'd be a night killing a bald eagle.
Yeah,
Can't
that
do
wouldn't
that.
be
So you
great
can't do
either.
that.
That wouldn't be
So
great.
are you just two
So-
times in a row saying I said what you said? Is that what you're giving me right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
I
what
didn't
they do.
actually say it was in my head, and then I was like, I
Okay,
can't
that
say
doesn't
this.
count.
I can't
I mean,
say this.
What I'm really curious about is what Washington's mascot thing will be on the opening ice ceremony.
What is their mascot? Is it the eagle?
I think
it has to be
the eagle,
right? I
doesn't
think
it?
it is actually. Now that
It's going to be a
I remember
guy
watching-
wearing like
Yeah,
an
it's
eagle
like
fucking
it's-
mask.
Yeah, he's like the eagle from Saving Silverman.
And then, and then
JD Jack Black.
and then the Golden Knights dude comes in with the sword and starts, samuraiing away.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
hate
it.
I can't stand it.
I love it
You
just
have-
because it's Vegas.
It's as I was gonna
Which
say.
I
it's-
completely
it's
understand, and they
Vegas.
got to do that.
It has to be over the top.
Everything
You've got
in-
dudes that
yes.
are waffled out in the.
Yeah.
They're. Who
Yeah,
knows
but
what
that
the
doesn't
people
mean
in
I
the crowd
can't
are
not
on.
like it. You know what I mean?
It's true.
No, yeah. Either you like it or you don't.
I just think no other
I think
home
it's
city
corny
could
as
pull
shit.
it off.
No.
other home city could actually.
Well, it's
do
because
it.
it's Vegas, baby.
100%.
Correct.
I-
Everything's a big
that-
show.
If they
On the
didn't
ice
have a
thing is
show, wouldn't
fine.
you be like, "What the fuck"?
Half
If they
those pe-
didn't
half,
have something
half those
wild
people
going
wouldn't
on.
be there.
Oh, I would be rattled.
So it's
But I don't understand why they do the on the ice thing, and then they go up to those weird ass drummer guys with the
the
LED.
neon.
with the
Then
glasses.
they're
The
literally
neon
just
drum
doing
lights.
this.
It's Vegas.
Those guys walk through right outside of T-Mobile.
That's
Arena.
neon.
What are you
drum-
doing?
That's neon drumline. What do you mean? What are they doing?
Right outside of T-Mobile Arena. There's like a bunch of like bars and stuff, like where you go before the game to pregame and shit, and like have some beers.
Can we just do that?
And they literally that same drum line walks through, just yelling.
Oh, they come from
Go
outside.
Knights, go!
Jesus.
Go
What
Knights!
a
And it's
job.
absolutely nuts, dude.
How much do you think they get paid?
$12 an hour.
I don't care. I would go do it.
They are drumming.
For
They
$12
are
an hour?
drumming
Yeah.
extremely
We'll,
awesome.
we'll pay you by
average
getting the
beat.
chance to watch every single game. How about that?
For real.
Exactly.
Really great
Seeing
tickets.
as the
there.
average ticket price, would you say $1,200?
$11.50.
For single
For
game
one game.
playoff.
So
Average.
So
Stanley Cup
here's the
Finals.
thing. I heard a rumor that hotels have season tickets, and if you know,
corporations.
yeah.
So
So
high enough roller, they'll give you comp tickets. I guarantee.
yeah, if you're a free
Is that why you're going to
there,
Vegas so much?
You're like,
Well,
hey,
you know,
What about
Big
the
Golden Knights guy.
casinos?
Big Golden Knights
Big
guy.
Little nice guy, you know.
so they just comp you tickets. You're
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah, so-
can you get me tickets to game one?
Correct.
You
And
spend 4 days there. You spend what? Maybe
throw a number out there because I guarantee you it's way more than I could even tell
X
you.
amount of money.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
X
then
amount
you
of
get
money.
free tickets.
Because they know they get you in the casino. They get these high rollers that are probably dropping literally tens of thousands of dollars. a night.
Yikes.
So could we just go to Vegas though and not even go into the game and just post up in the
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
little plaza outside?
They do it
Yeah.
like Winnipeg had it kind of. I don't know
That'd
if
be
you saw
too-
any of the games.
yeah, where there's like
Did-
3 times as many fans
they got,
outside as there.
like high tabletops and like beers and like vendors and like no. It would,
I'm in.
It would be
Sold.
absolutely sweet.
Because I don't need to pay $11.50 for a ticket, but I'd love to be there.
So what about for next season? Your boy's graduating from grad school. He's looking for a post-graduation.
We'll only have to go right there to
vacay.
Buffalo.
Yeah, you could fly
Or New Jersey. You know, down in Newark. They got a
Newark.
Dino BBQ
No.
over there.
or Vegas.
No.
You just
They
fly
do.
direct.
I know.
You fly direct from
It's gonna
Buffalo
be in
to
Buffalo.
Vegas.
What do you mean?
down
Dowling's
for
gonna
that.
put up 85 points.
And
this
we
year.
we could bring the pot on the road,
That's
boys.
what I'm saying. I think we need to
Fight?
do at least we got to do a pod on the road somewhere sometime next season and then go to a game.
That'd be down.
bet you
Repeat that.
10,000
Be awesome.
I will not take the bet. Bob, I love that idea though. Absolutely.
yes.
Thank you.
All right, so we don't know what
Uh,
we don't have. We're not going to take any hot takes on what they're going to
do.
tonight because we could get shut down.
Vegas wins 7-2.
But let's talk about the hocky. How about that?
That's what we're
actually.
talking
That's what
about.
we're here for, I guess, right?
Yeah. That and
I
drinking
guess,
beer.
yeah.
I'd like to go. Here's how I would like to go. Go down the line, say what your prediction is of the series before we even talk about it,
Okay.
and then give
Of the series or of game 1?
the series.
Okay.
Or do you want to do? You didn't want to do like a game by game preview, did you?
No.
No. We don't have enough time.
Game
We'll-
2 is
we'll
gonna go
do-
this way. Game
we're gonna-
3 is
we're
going
gonna-
here.
We're doing a full series preview.
Yep.
and
Stanley
then
Cup
we'll do a
breakdown,
full
baby.
series recap.
Why does
Yes.
Vegas win?
That's what I was going to say.
That's a question.
Well, no, not even why. I think it's if you got to make your prediction and say why that's your prediction.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you start.
I'll
Good,
start.
did. Obviously, he's gonna go with Vegas.
Obviously, I'm
Duh.
going with Vegas.
He's been a fan for 18 years.
In how many?
Actually a decade. I'm going with 7 games. I think it's going to go
Oh.
7.
God, I hope so.
And
God, I hope
the
so.
reason I give it going 7 and Vegas winning it, at the end of the day, I think Fleury steals a couple games. Number one. And number two is it's just meant to be, man. It's the whole Vegas strong thing, man. It's like we had a conversation about this. The city,
It's a real fucking thing.
it's unbelievable. Like just
Yeah. From day one.
from day one, how just the fan base and like the cities rallied around them. And I go the two wild cards are that and Fleury. Flower gets his another Stanley Cup.
I mean,
ring.
Holtby's just
Sixth man.
no, I'd take Fleury at this point.
Bob, what do you got?
He had more consistency.
I have Vegas in 6, and I'll tell you why. We were talking about this pre-pod. I believe Vegas is going to force players like Tom Wilson to actually play hockey. Because Vegas is so well coached that they're not going to fall into any of that bullshit where they're going to force these guys to play hockey. And
Seriously.
which I also think Vegas has a way more mobile defensive core.
Dude, Nate Schmidt.
Nate Schmidt, Shea Theodore, even Colin Miller.
How ridiculous
You know?
is that to say right now?
Yeah.
Going into the year,
We
you'd
all
be
thought
like,
these
these
guys
guys
are
those defensive
these aren't even
bums.
top 6 defensemen
These
on
guys
their
are
own
bums.
teams.
Did you hear the thing about how Washington once they knew Vegas grabbed Nate Schmidt, Washington tried to trade Vegas for him immediately back.
Oh yeah,
They tried to get him back, and Vegas' asking price was too high, and they couldn't do anything.
well,
They tried to get him back immediately.
I mean,
Vegas is gonna be
McPhee knew
so
about him 'cause
good.
He basically built that Capitals team.
GM.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
But I mean, their defense is way more mobile versus Washington's. Washington has Carlson, and they got
Orlov. Outside of that, it's all
Yeah. Brooks
Yeah.
Orpik, like we have
No,
said,
no.
has been better.
What's his name? Juice.
Juice.
Juice. He's
DJ.
pretty. He's a pretty.
he'll mix it up a little.
Right.
Yeah. He,
But I
he's
would
pretty,
take Shea
he's a
Theodore
move
and Nate
ball.
Schmidt over
But still,
him.
that's about
Oh
it.
yeah.
I like
Exactly.
that take, though, Bob. I do. I didn't think of it that way, but you make a great point saying that they're going to make them play hockey.
They're gonna make him
Because
play
they're
hockey.
going to get involved in the bullshit.
Or
I mean, who
or
from-
Ryan Reeves, who plays 5
Ryan
minutes a
Reeves will
game.
kick the shit out of Wilson, and he knows that. Wilson doesn't go up to.
No, he
Man.
definitely won't initiate it. But
He did
if,
that enough years in Pittsburgh. How great is that? He gets
if
to do it
Reeves,
now.
if Reeves can, sucker Wilson
He did
in.
it for 1 year in Pittsburgh. He was on the
No,
Blues forever.
But he won a cup with them.
Who?
No, he didn't.
Did he? Reeves last
No,
year?
he got traded this summer.
Yeah, he got traded.
This is his first season on Pittsburgh this past year.
He got
And then he
traded
got
right
traded
before the
again.
deadline. Didn't he?
No, at the draft.
At the draft?
Yeah. He didn't play in Pittsburgh last year.
Nope.
What'd he go for?
Wait,
First?
what?
Almost first round pick.
First round pick.
Oh, shit.
When did he?
No,
when
they
was he
got
on
like a
Pittsburgh?
second round pick. Just this past season until the trade deadline.
So that's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh,
I'm telling Kyle that he.
I thought he won a cup.
him.
I thought he won a cup there
No.
last year.
No, wrong.
Where was he last year?
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Who is Reeves not kicking the shit out of on Washington?
Exactly.
Nobody.
I'll wait because there's no one. He's beating that ass on everyone.
Even though he plays just 8 minutes a game.
Hey, he scored.
That's all you need.
He scores too.
He scored.
He got
He-
the G-Dub-G against Washington.
The series
The-
GWG.
The series.
SCWGWG.
No.
Go through that, please.
No.
We'll go with
Series clinching winner, game winning goal.
Sure. We'll go with it.
Not
that.
bad.
Perfect.
Not bad.
Perfect.
Terrible.
Better than you expected.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I just go series GWG.
Tyler,
But don't say it
Your
like
turn.
that.
Vegas and 5. You know
So
why?
we've gone
No one's
7,
picking- come on.
6, 5. Greg,
So-
you got to do it now.
You gotta do it. Suckered.
We'll let Tyler give his reasoning.
I bet against Vegas every point of the year, except against San Jose. I thought they would beat San Jose. They did. I did not think they were going to beat Winnipeg. And I am all aboard the Vegas train. Choo choo.
I'll get you a hat soon. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem.
Mine's in the mail.
Thanks, Dick. I
Mine's
got a
in the
birthday
mail.
coming up. But yeah, I mean Vegas, they're a deeper team. The speed. I mean, Winnipeg is a similar team to Washington. Is they got big, fast guys. They might not be as heavy, but I mean Wheeler, Scheifele, they're big boys.
They're
Laine,
definitely for sure.
they're similar,
I'd argue
and
they're
and-
just about as heavy, right?
Yeah,
as Washington.
maybe
Maybe
they don't
more.
have as much heavy hitters.
I guess I'm just looking at Bufflin.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
just
but
get
in
scared
any
of
of
him.
Washington, yeah,
I just get scared
everybody
of him.
would. But what point I was on before I got distracted.
Sorry about
I mean,
Winnipeg, like
Winnipeg's deeper though.
Line
than
A
Washington.
6'5", isn't he? He's like
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5".
Yep.
Wheeler 6'5".
Yep.
Scheifele's 6'1", 6'1".
No, I'd say
Oh,
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3".
I would have
He's a
said
bit.
6'.
He's not small.
He's
And Bufflin's another 6'5", 6'6". Tyler Myers is 6'6", 6'8".
6'8".
Jeez
Yeah.
Louise. Well, short on that one. But so I mean, they're
Don't sleep on
Yeah.
that former Calder, Calder
winning
winner.
the Calder Trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Sabres.
Good
Right?
Lord.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
What two Sabres have won the Calder Trophy?
Well, Tyler Myers and Alexander McGillney.
No.
Wow,
Wrong.
I felt so good about that one.
Gil Perreault.
Ah,
Duh.
how did McGillney win it? Well, it doesn't matter. Don't answer that. Just keep moving.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's
That was
so
a little,
irrelevant.
That was a little trivia for you folks there.
That's a free one. We'll get to the real one later.
Soon.
But any last words for your prediction there, Tyler?
No.
Oh, okay.
Fleury
ready.
wins the Conn Smythe.
Yep.
Even if they lose.
I was say, does he win?
Even if they lose.
Hey, do you remember when the
as
last time that happened with a goalie who lost?
J.S. Aguirre
Wait a
Yep.
minute.
and
you remember
Ron
who-
Hextall.
Do you hear that?
You
Steak?
don't think
I would agree.
if Washington wins, Ovi's not getting it? How do they not
As
give it
long
to
as
Ovi?
as long as Fleury gives up less than 3 goals a game, they give it to Fleury.
But say Washington wins, Ovi goes goal per
If
game.
he goes off this series,
He goes
it's gotta
goal
be
per
him.
game for the Stanley Cup. How do they not give it to Ovi?
Nope.
Just because of the politics and all the BS around it.
Screw the politics.
I agree with
Fleury.
both of you.
Jeez.
What a way to
What a
fucking.
wishy-washy take that is. Unreal.
We're not here for cold
All right,
takes,
see,
hot
uh,
takes.
These are cold
Jesus.
takes.
We are here
Nice
for
cold
no.
takes.
We're here for tepid, warm takes.
You got to give me a lukewarm take every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
Bob
I'm
usually
freaking last
I'm
pod, I
usually
predicted
scorching hot.
dual sweeps.
Bob is usually off the deep end, so maybe we can just
Big
take a
dual
moment,
sweeps.
Yeah,
sort
reel
of
me back in.
Oh,
sort of
reel me back in.
Jesus.
relish in this for a little bit. And having said that,
I'm a polarizing podcaster.
Who are you taking?
Vegas sweep.
What?
Vegas sweep.
7, 6,
Vegas just
5,
steamrolled
4.
Winnipeg in
Greg,
5.
Go to my computer real quick and hit no feedback protection. Just click it in real quick.
You broke
just
it.
blowing
you
up my
broke
mic.
it.
There you go. We're still
Sorry.
rolling. We're still
really
rolling.
animated.
Don't trip over the wires there, kid.
You know what's funny is
That would have been great
I
if he did, actually.
I
Are
didn't
you
even.
Are you even in the video over there?
No, not once I was walking over there. Hang on.
Okay.
So I didn't even do this as a product of going Vegas in 7, Vegas in 6, Vegas in 5.
This was
Vegas
not
in
planned,
4.
folks.
This was not
Did
planned.
you bet this on a hope? Because you just told
God,
me the
I hope
odds
so.
were plus 1,000.
No, I didn't bet it.
For a
Why wouldn't
sweep?
you put 20 on it to win? What was it? $200.
Kyle, we still got a couple hours. I still got a couple
You
beers
said
to
it was
drink.
plus 1,000.
There
Vegas
is
is sweep, right?
There is nothing saying that I won't put that bet.
If you're
in.
if you're throwing this on the pod, you better put 20.
Listen.
I'll give you $10. I'll go.
You
half.
wanna know what my reasoning
Why don't
is?
you put 10 of your own on it?
No, you know what? You've just convinced me. I'm going to because I need to do it for the audience. Okay, I can't just come out
It's for the
that
kids.
You can't do
confidently
no. That was absolutely.
and then not
You
put
almost
money on
broke
it.
the damn microphone. You know.
I'm sorry, I got animated about it. So reasoning being,
I want to hear it.
they just steamrolled Winnipeg in 5. Winnipeg's better than Washington by osmosis.
By a
Sweep.
osmosis. That is a Greg answer.
Osmosis?
Osmosis.
Isn't that where plants suck in sunlight?
That's a trailer park boys. No, osmosis is when water gets transferred from one thing.
Vegas
Oh.
It's a trailer park
I
boys
love it.
reference.
Oh,
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't watch that.
I got Vegas sweeping because why the fuck not? It's Vegas's year. Clearly, this is Vegas.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys. What is a better story? The expansion team winning the playoffs or the Stanley Cup in the first year, or Ovi in his 13th year winning the
We
cup?
talked about this, I think, last week at TOB.
Did we?
We did
We- you
at
and I
TOB,
did.
not on the pod,
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we did too.
because
I don't care what happens.
I'm happy either way.
Me too.
No, no.
This
What,
is-
no, that's
ice-
not the
and
question.
ice-
What
ice-
is the better story? That's the question.
Expansion draft.
Yes, I agree. Expansion draft.
Because there's plenty of times in
Ovechkin.
sports where a
Oh.
long
Cheers.
time there's plenty of times in sports where a long time superstar hasn't won a ring.
I mean, he's
Plenty of
still
those times.
He's still gonna get in the Hall of Fame. No
Yeah, but
matter
how many
what.
times is like someone second leading in scoring for a league without a championship? You know.
What about an expansion draft?
Mike
Yeah, but they're
Gartner.
gonna be good regardless.
He has 700 fucking goals.
Talk to me when they're 1,001 odds when they just get promoted into the NHL and win a championship.
Bob, Lester said he was 5,000.
This isn't
to
a soccer.
5,001.
Yeah.
This isn't.
They were.
This isn't
Thank you.
soccer.
I'm not
man.
even joking
here-
either.
here's
they
my-
were 5,000.
Here's my thing. Vegas next year could easily as go from being a Stanley Cup contender
They're
to
not
missing
though.
the playoffs.
They're not though.
They could.
You know what's
Easily
funny?
They're not though.
Easily could.
On our preseason
In the-
pod,
Three
in the-
first
where
round
are you
draft
gonna
picks
put 'em?
last year that are nasty.
Well, they're not. None of those players will probably play for him next year.
think about this. On the preseason pod,
I'll take a bet on that.
You're
Where would
not
I put
gonna-
him? I
you're-
gotta see what happens.
you're not going to pick
I'm not
Vegas.
putting them in the conference
You're not
finals.
going to
I'm
say
not buying it.
Vegas is
No.
going to win the division.
Okay.
No.
You're not going to say it.
No.
because
You're right.
people are just going to keep
You're
betting
absolutely
against them,
You're
and they're
absolutely
going to keep being filthy, and that's why they're going to sweep.
I think it's
What
good
other
for-
teams in that division are going to surpass them, though?
Oilers.
LA could any year.
I was say L.A.
LA.
Dude,
I mean,
never
LA,
rule out LA.
Anaheim.
Anaheim.
They got a 27-year-old
Both those
Calgary.
teams are- both those teams are getting
Yeah,
worse.
Calgary had a down
Calgary.
year this
We'll
year.
see how
They're
Calgary
young.
does.
Oilers.
Calgary's going to be filthy.
We said that going into
They
last
absolutely
year.
could miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
next
but they
year.
still could have a bounce back as easily
Bob,
as
there's something-
Vegas has a down year.
I think it's good for the sport if Vegas
But
wins the cup.
is it good for the fan base? So
For
they
Vegas,
they don't know losing.
Yes,
Wow.
because they'll be the
good
cockiest
for their fan
motherfuckers
base.
Yeah, they're
ever.
going to find out real
No,
quick.
but
They're
then
gonna find out
It's
real
not
but
good
that-
for Buffalo's psyche
Yeah,
because I'm
well, no.
fucked in the head right now.
Obviously,
I'm
if
lost.
they win the Stanley Cup in their first year, and then next year maybe they do all right, and then 2-3 years after that, they're in the bottom of the league.
I don't think they will be.
All franchises go through it though.
Well, yeah, but
I've been
they
down, I've
know
been down in the gutters
they
with
know
the Avs for the
winning.
last-
They don't
So, you,
Six
so,
know.
you're, so what are you arguing? That they're gonna lose fans if they're down? Because
Yeah.
it's,
I don't believe
I
it.
mean, it is a volatile market. There's
I
no
don't-
doubting.
I don't
Yeah.
It's a
believe
volatile
that.
market.
I don't believe that.
Yeah,
Veg-
but
If they're-
Vegas
if
is
they're
a
in the
hockey
bottom
town. They've
of-
had a junior team
if they're in the
forever.
bottom of the
I don't
league
think they'll
next
lose-
They
year,
like hockey there, man.
They're a tourist city.
Their fans
You gotta
aren't
Liking
tourists.
hockey and selling out
You-
20,000.
but their fan base isn't based on tourism though.
Exactly.
I disagree with you on that, and here's why. When I
I
went,
mean,
a
yeah, you have
little
some.
sliver of it is.
You have
When I went to
some, but
Vegas-
Kyle had his hand in the dirt. Let's hear.
I did. When I went
First
to Vegas,
person perspective.
I flew to Chicago and then Chicago to Vegas.
Yeah.
When I was on that Chicago to Vegas flight, they were playing the Blackhawks the night I got there. There was at least a dozen to 20 people on the plane
So
from Chicago
that's
going to watch them
that's
play there.
20
But that's 20 people. But I'm just saying,
out of like
That's not a lot.
18,000.
it's not.
That's
But
not a lot.
how about all the people that might have already been there? You got to remember, it's a tourist city. It's a destination. So people go.
When I'm looking at the game, I don't see a lot of other jerseys in that stands.
Neither do I.
People will go just to go because it's something to do. It's how Las Vegas is, and it's the same when the Raiders will be there. In 2 years.
There is a strong belief in me that just says there's something always going on in Vegas.
Correct.
So people are always there, so they'll just find the event. That's one of the events.
I agree.
Add that to the fucking Cirque du Soleil.
It's the biggest
and the
thing they
Celine
got right
Dion
now.
concert.
It's bigger than all that.
Ooh, love Celine. Big fan.
Big
It's bigger
fan.
than any
Big fan.
any concert right now. It's a professional sporting event. That's like
Yeah, but that place
But
is
there's a good
wild.
reason
Like,
this year.
average people going
Tyler's-
to a hockey game aren't going absolutely insane.
And-
that place is the loudest place in the NHL.
Tyler's talking about when they have their down year, are people still going to keep showing up?
Yes.
That's the real
Yes.
question.
maybe
Why?
not as many locals, but I think they're still going to get the.
They're
It'll
smart
be
enough to
interesting
do
to
it
see.
with pricing
They're
and
still
stuff
gonna-
like
Because
that.
when Buffalo's on the climb, we'll see how Vegas does when they
I
suck.
mean, this
guy.
Up,
Yeah.
until,
This guy.
up until this year, it was laughable how cheap the Buffalo seats were during the week.
No,
which
no,
was great.
they were
These
like
are the last
that.
5 years.
Yeah, literally the last 5 years.
Yeah,
I
welcome to
literally
the squad.
bought tickets for less than $20.
If you buy them
Was
after
it like
February,
that in the last previous years? Because I know I went a few years ago.
I bought them for $14 when I went, and
when
I
the
got 100
Sabres
level.
are good, though, when they're going on their runs, it's hard to get Sabres tickets.
And hard to get cheap good tickets. Like you
Yeah,
can't
you
find.
know.
it all
100 bull-
correlates with winning.
You
It
can't
has-
Well,
find 100 bull
yeah.
tickets for less than 100.
That's why,
they're
like,
good.
when they NBC shows out their numbers, Buffalo's always what top three.
Top three
always.
market. Doesn't matter
They
where
they
go.
love hockey. They just gotta win.
So you're
and then
telling
people
me
show up.
a city like Buffalo, who can still be top 3, which is way smaller than Vegas. Vegas is like 6 million people.
It's the volatility, though.
You're telling me they
we
can't
suck
pack the stands? Come on.
It's the volatility.
because they suck.
Vegas
They
will-
don't want to see a boring
will.
game that the Sabres
But
have been
you know
putting
what?
on for the last.
We're getting away from
4
the Stanley
years.
Cup Game
well,
1 at
No, I think
hand.
that was a good question from Tyler. I like that question.
It is.
This only helps them. This does not hurt them at all.
I don't think so.
They are good this year.
Yes.
They're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's building a fan base.
Yes.
Therefore, it is making expectations high. When fans have high expectations, it puts pressure on management and the owners. The owner was saying 5 to 6 years we'll be in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Conservatively.
You know,
Yes, yeah,
now
that was the
they're
first
in,
thing.
in year one.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll spend as much via trading assets.
JT?
like
They got some
prospects.
room.
JT?
But they
got
have
some
a
room.
shit ton of cap
Carlson?
space. They're going to go for Carlson. They're going to go for JT. They're going to be in those
yeah.
sweepstakes, and they're only going to try and make their team better. This is good. Having high expectations for fans is good.
It is
What-
good. Yes, I agree with that. I just said. Wait, what was my question again?
I don't remember.
Oh,
See ya.
okay.
That was
You got
my
a
Do you,
hot
think
take.
this is bad? Do you think this is bad for the city
Oh,
of Vegas?
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
the
yeah,
fans
yeah.
are going to be let down.
I think if they do have a
They're all
downturn,
they're all waffled anyway. Doesn't matter.
100%.
they'll just take them off the streets and just sweep them into
I mean,
the
when's the
arena.
last time NHL had anything like this kind of story
Uh,
that gets national
Hold on.
publicity?
All right, not national publicity, but
National
a
publicity.
story that
We've
an
got
expansion
fucking news
team.
stations
St. Louis,
reporting.
you're going to go with, right? You're going there.
Shit.
You're
Well,
going
there goes my Kyle's
You're
trivia.
going there.
There goes my Kyle's
Well, I
trivia.
you
already
gotta-
answered it. I'm in.
You got time to
Let's
scramble.
go.
You got time to scramble.
No. So I had 2 hockey questions. So
I think you
another one.
asked. I think I asked that in the last pod, Tyler.
Oh, okay.
If
I
in
answered
any
it.
expansion team
But-
ever went that far, and I think you answered that
Yeah.
question for me.
So a little, I guess, prelogue to my now defunct trivia question. St. Louis expansion team. I mean,
67, 68.
yes, it's coached by Scotty Bowman. His first year went to the Cup final, but
That's
they went to the Cup final 3 straight years. So
Did they win?
no, they
You
never
know
won.
what?
So.
Maybe we won't be impressed with Vegas when Seattle comes out and does the exact same
They're
fucking
not
thing.
going to.
No, I will
Not
bet
going to.
10,000 to 1 that they will not.
Well, that's a
Well,
reason. Well, actually, 10,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that bet. I'll throw it on $5.
Okay.
And then you'll owe me $50,000.
Okay. That Seattle's going to win the Stanley Cup their first year.
Yeah, I'll bet $5, and if they don't win the cup, I'll give you $5.
Okay.
And if they do win the cup,
In
I'll
2020
you give
season.
me $50,000.
In the 2020-21 season.
That's right.
Tyler, according to my sources, though, according to my sources,
Yeah.
That's your phone. That's your
the
phone. What a fucking
the
dumb
GM's
bet.
management now we're just to touch on this Seattle expansion for
Yeah.
a hot 30 seconds
Okay.
before we get into the Sticks and Beers trivia brought to you by Coach Tony's Hot Sauce. The next expansion,
Yes.
you know how obviously you supply your list for the league.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be no trading for we'll give you player A, so you take player B.
I think it'll be significantly decreased.
Exactly. Well, I was listening to the NHL radio, and this
Put down 2020-21 season.
my one source was saying that he believes that, for example, you have your list of just whatever you want,
Yeah.
and
If you lose a good player, you lose a good player.
exactly.
But don't
So
give it another
It would
asset.
be like, fine, take Matthew Dumba, but we're gonna keep Alex Tuck and
Don't do the Marshall
Yeah.
bullshit.
and Howla. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Just
you guys,
don't do the Marshall
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. No. Just take.
It's not
just
worth
take,
it.
Just take the player.
You could
Okay.
lose 2 NHL players. We're good, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you could lose
because
2
of,
NHL players
because of
for
that, I mean,
ridiculous.
there might be more trading before the deadline to submit your lists.
Yes.
Just so you might trade a few guys.
I think there'll be more
get some
trading
assets, and then so
trading
you
in
only have to
between
give up
teams.
one player.
like other teams instead of so like what Buffalo did in acquiring Boyu and what
New Jersey did of getting
Marco
Marco Mueller.
Yeah. So I think there'd be more of that instead of Vegas be like, oh well, whoever the GM's gonna be calling them up, say, hey, well it looks like you got these 2 guys. We're gonna select one or the other.
But-
You wanna, give
I
us
will.
something and then we'll give you something else.
I
You
agree.
get some.
I'll say, but
Genius
it's
play, though.
easier
Yeah,
said
it
than
is.
done because you get to that
Schemer.
point.
GM is the ultimate schemer.
But when you get to that point, you actually
Dethrones
see
me.
the players. When you actually see the players that you have to protect, and you see being able to get a Riley Smith contract off your books, it might become worth it at that point again.
And
Like you can't say
Columbus
it's not
got
going
the
to
David
happen.
Clarkson
It's
off the
all-
books.
Exactly. I mean, it's sort of when you factor
relevant.
in
It's
the
all
actual
relevant.
contract dollars that Vegas has taken on for doing those deals.
Some teams still might,
It-
but some teams
It makes
won't,
it a real fucking thing.
You know,
I think the teams now will be.
way more smarter about it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
standoffish.
It's like a practice round for
standoffish.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's really what it is.
It's a
I
dry
think
run.
Seattle's fucked, to be honest with you.
Well, I just bet I might win $50K if they win. So
Well, I'm excited about that.
Can I give you guys
$5 to win $50K.
a little prelogue because he put down the year. I made him put down the year. I'm pretty sure the CBA is up in the 2021 season, so there might be a lockout.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
What a
Schemer.
I can't even say the words on this podcast right now that Tyler equates to.
You want to know?
I
talking
put
about
2021,
odds just quickly, and then
2022.
we'll get to,
Yeah.
No,
the trivia here.
2021.
Whatever. I won't even
Talking
know you
about
by
odds.
2021.
Do you think?
Dick.
He'll just be grabbing my
It's-
phone.
What a
That
dick.
even tracks.
What a dick.
These guys aren't even paying attention.
Do you see this ridiculousness? He's a schemer. What do you want? He jimmies me up with the friggin' year. What? I'm sorry.
So,
Kyle, I'm sorry. What
Talking
were you
about
gonna say?
odds, do you
Fucking
think
A.
it is bizarre that if you read anywhere lately that if Vegas wins the Stanley Cup, the casinos are gonna take an absolute beatdown on
Oh no,
the
yeah.
future.
There's,
I'd be
there's talk
stunned.
of that.
This is what I'm shocked about. Though,
I'd be
is, like,
they're
stunned.
talking that they're trying to buy out whatever tickets there are.
I'd be stunned.
No, just for odds for bets. The future
People
future
took
line,
that?
It was 500 to
to
1.
one.
Yeah.
But
I
people
put ten-
took it?
Well,
Yeah.
why wouldn't these crazy Vegas locals?
Yep.
Why not? You're in a casino. You're around. Oh, I got $10. I'm gonna go throw $10
Because
before the
who-
year started.
Yeah.
Vegas is gonna
So,
win the Stanley Cup. It's
can-
$5,000
So can I?
on
Can I
$10.
I'm pretty on the instigators. I think it was last week.
It's insane.
Jr. said
Insane.
he knew a guy who put $100
$50,000.
on that, and then
Mega.
the casino was trying to buy him out
Of course they
for.
are. Before
I think it was for like 10 grand.
I would have taken it in a minute.
Yeah. Give me 10 grand.
100 for
guaranteed.
10 grand. I'll take it right now. I'll take a 40,000.
Guaranteed.
That's a win.
That's a huge one.
But but that's what I'm saying. I read something saying that the Vegas casinos, this would mess up the futures for the NHL for years to come. The odds, like the casinos would have to stack.
Interesting.
They'd have to stack the future odds for the casino's favor.
Wait, do you
for
think
future
this
to
is
come.
why the U.S. government, Supreme Court,
All right,
overturned?
Ah.
Conspiracy.
Let's go, Bob. Let's go.
I think it's
Bring it out. Keep,
So then-
finish your sentence.
So then for next season, there's legalized
coming.
gambling. So therefore, everywhere it could just, that could.
I see where you're going with that.
Love it.
I just think it's
all
Boys,
about
these aren't
conspiracies.
all connected. Or
Isn't it just
these aren't. I
everything.
said it the wrong
Follow
way.
the dollars. Follow the money.
Isn't it just a funny?
I watch Dirty
Isn't it just
Money.
a funny like peculiar situation that it's Vegas casino owners are probably betting against their own team because they don't want to get absolutely destroyed.
They definitely
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
But it's like it's just
to me
it's
that's
funny. It's
that's
like,
good business right there.
Not for
Well,
them.
you're not. No, it's
Not for
it's
them.
Good business, but it's bad business because you're rooting against the hometown team. It's just funny to me.
It's good business if Vegas shit the bed, but they're not. So that's shitty business now.
Oh,
But still, expansion. Well, anyway, doesn't matter.
No.
That's the kind of risk you take on.
It is when you put those kind of
Leicester City.
500
Bob,
to 1.
who put money on Leicester City? You
I
could
wish
put
I did.
$2
I
on
wish
it,
I did.
What was
and
the-
you'd be
what was
getting
the odds?
$10,000.
I
How
knew
was it?
anything.
5,000
5,000 to 1. Some
So I'm
guy,
saying
I was listening to Sirius
$2.
XM FC.
$2 to win what?
10,000.
Jeez.
I literally, this one dude from like somewhere in the South, I was listening to Sirius
I'm gonna
XM
start
FC.
gambling
He called in,
and just
hey
put on
guys,
the
I
huge-
put in $30
Little
going
amounts,
into
it
this
makes
year
sense.
because I'm
A
not that
dollar.
big of a
Dollar
soccer
a year.
Fuck
fan.
it. Because fuck it.
And then do the fucking odds.
That'll make it.
$2,000?
Is that
what you
what
said?
30
No, is that what you said? He put how much did he, put down?
$30 down
He put 30 down.
at 5,000 to 1 odds.
5,000. So that's 15.
It's 150K, right?
Bingo.
See you later.
Are you kidding me?
Yikes! Hey,
So, but that
Kyle,
does-
somebody's gonna be buying a house from you soon.
Yeah, I
That
wish.
yeah, like 13 back to back. That puts into proportion though. I mean, Vegas is a ridiculous upset, but if you're looking globally,
It's really not.
it's really not.
It still is.
It's still a great story nonetheless,
How-
though.
For sure. But Leicester City's
Was better.
10 times the amount of the upset.
I know
10 times.
nothing about soccer, so I cannot
Let me.
compare.
This is
I
what
don't.
it
I
was.
don't. I don't care. I really don't
Good
care.
talk.
About
It was the
Leicester
Mercs
Doesn't have
going
stick-
from the
doesn't
AHL up to the NHL and then winning the Stanley Cup. That's what it was. Guys,
Is it almost trivia time?
I
no,
think
it
it
is
is.
trivia time.
It is.
We've
Go.
broken down the reasons of why the teams have gotten there from the conference finals. We have talked about why apparently all of us think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win in a Game 7,
But that's a sweep.
6, 5, and 4 game series that was not planned, by the way.
Mm.
But now it is time for the real deal of the episodes. The best segment on YouTube and iTunes and SoundCloud that you guys have learned to love.
Facts
This
only.
is the Sticks and Beers Trivia brought to you by Coach Tony's Hot Sauce. You guys can get them at all your local grocers. You know, cthotsauce.com.
Coach Tony.
Coach Tony's.
Yeah,
How's
Coach
that for a
Tony.
ad read that we made up?
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
This is a lot better than Biz Nasty on the Spit and Chicklets
And
pod.
Wow.
he thought it was
Tripping the
metabolized.
biz.
Come on, Biz, man. It's metabolized.
It's just we're lucky we don't
he
have
is
Tyler.
he is worse than I am.
We're lucky we don't
Whoa.
have
I
Tyler.
would love to have an ad read
We're
off
lucky we
between
don't
you
have
two.
Tyler reading off anything because
He does pretty good with what we drinking and
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just have to slow it down really and then sound all the words out of my
I mean,
head
good is
before I say them.
subjective, but, you know.
But for this
I'm not
epi,
completely
for this
sloshed
epi,
before this.
we are doing Kyle because last pod your boy went over 4. That's old news.
It's too bad I
regardless.
missed out too, Bob. I would have given you a fucking layup.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten it wrong though. Basically, I couldn't even name Lewis and Clark.
I would have said, "What's,
Yeah, I
what's
know.
the third stage of
you said,
Charmander?"
You said it's Clark, and I was like,
stop giving him. Stop letting him. You're gonna just. I'm going 0 for 6. It's going right back.
Nah,
To
we might.
Yeah.
That's
and then
fine, 'cause I want it to be back on me.
But you guys know the rules of the Sticks and Beers podcast trivia. If a member goes over, we rotate. So it was me that went
Yes.
over last pod. It was Kyle, and we base it off the couch in the S&B HQ. So next podcast, if Kyle goes over 4 or over 6, sorry,
when
over,
Kyle goes over 6.
it'll be Tyler up next.
Yep.
So get ready. Back
And
to
then
the
me.
OG himself with the Sticks and Beers podcast trivia. I will lead off.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
It's not as fun when it's not me, right? Because, I mean,
Wow. Egocentric.
yeah.
Trying to get it back. Right
I
now.
mean,
disagree.
like-
just for the sake of disagreeing, I
No,
just
I
dude,
love answering the questions.
Because
Yeah, me
you
too.
you got swept. I mean, Greg had one for 6.
Listen,
or no,
I
one for
only
12.
had 2 people asking questions. If
yeah.
I had
Which-
3, the odds are I might have gotten one.
You also bring up the point, though. We've got new trivia rules.
yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
cannot do
Preface
a
it for the fans at home.
for the boys and the
and
girls
girls.
out there. You cannot do a here's the 5 names of X trivia question. List them all. This
it's
has
gonna
to
start
be
next pod.
No,
no.
we're
It's
starting,
starting
now.
tonight.
Oh,
Starting
shucks.
immediately. Effective.
Okay, all right,
effective immediately.
It is
This
law.
has to be either a 1 answer question
Name
or
the
a
name.
50-50.
Or if it is a list, you name the list and say
You leave one answer.
you leave one answer.
Because enough of this. Who were the top 4 penalty minute getters for the Buffalo Sabres in the 1989 season? Enough of that shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's baloney.
Greg's had enough.
I've had enough.
He's done.
I'm trying to fucking repeat. So.
All right, well, Greg, since you're so worked up, I think you should just lead off the questions. How about that?
Are we starting with hockey pod or hockey trivia?
Whatever your heart desires, man.
We're starting with hockey trivia.
Okay.
Kylo, are you ready?
I'm ready.
When was the last Stanley Cup final to feature 2 teams who have never won before? Fun fact, that's happening this year in case you boys didn't know. And if you didn't
Or
know,
girls.
you should probably figure it out. Yeah.
Wait,
no, the
no.
girls are okay.
No,
Boys or girls didn't know.
you're saying between 2 teams that haven't.
Won before.
Oh. When we were talking about this question earlier, I thought you meant haven't been there before.
Oh, haven't won
Because
before.
Washington was
Has
in the
been there.
Stanley Cup
Correct.
Finals in like 97.
98.
Haven't won before.
Was it the 97-98 season, Tyler?
Maybe Peter Bondra? Who knows? Is it
it
buying,
from-
is it
Oli
buying time for Kyle?
Oli Kozing?
Franchise or team?
It doesn't matter.
All
It
right,
doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
go the '96 Stanley Cup Final.
Wrong.
Colorado Avalanche.
Wrong.
Florida Panthers.
Wrong. Wrong. Colorado Avalanche, that was the first time they got there in 96?
That was their team
For that
history, yeah.
team. Okay. Well, you're wrong. You want to know the answer?
I do want to know the answer.
It's been 11 years since the 2007 Stanley Cup Final.
Carolina.
Because Carolina played Edmonton. Edmonton's been in plenty of cup finals.
Anaheim and Ottawa.
And Ottawa. Anaheim,
Actually,
Ottawa.
tech-
in the
tech-
07
That's
Cup
why it's
Final.
not fun with you, Tyler.
It took me like 5 guesses.
Technically, Ottawa
before the
has
pod
won
to
a
get
Stanley
that.
Cup in like 1950.
I started working my way
What do you mean
back.
technically? It's not a Stanley
and
Cup.
obviously had like
It was
Chicago
called the
and
Stanley
Boston
Cup.
No, it wasn't.
teams.
Yes, it was. It's always been the Stanley Cup since like
No,
1896.
look it up.
You look it up.
0 for 1.
NHL.com tweeted that. Look it up. You're wrong.
0 for
I'm
1.
not
0
wrong.
for 1.
0 for 1.
Tyler, Tyler, send it.
Technically,
Tyler, do
it's
you
a-
need a
Tyler,
second?
hockey question.
No, my
Do you need
hockey-
a second
No,
to
my hockey
think of it?
question is good.
Okay,
I just had to figure out another one.
feel free.
So
We'll be done in 5
the
minutes.
Quebec Nordiques
Joe Sakic.
was the first team. Edmonton Oilers was the second to have 3 straight first overall picks.
Ooh.
I will give you 2 of the 3 names.
Good. Thank you. You're adapting. Nice
Nice
job. He's adapting.
I'm leaving
on
out
the
the
fly.
hardest one.
Good.
In 1989, it was Matt Sundin. In 1991, it was Eric Lindros.
Wow. Wow.
Who was in between?
89 and 91, you said.
In between.
So the 1990 draft.
It's 3 in a row?
1990. Yeah, three
It's
first.
3 in a row.
They were terrible.
Three in a
Who is
row.
this?
The
Quebec
Nordiques.
Nordiques.
Okay.
3 in a row, though. That's pretty remarkable.
They're terrible.
Where was
Why,
the tanking conversation back in late 80s?
why do you think
Huh?
Eric Lindros didn't want to play for them?
Where the frig is the tanking conversation? There's no problem with hockey.
He is out. He was a
Who's my favorite player?
I'm
good player in the 90s.
I'm buying time for Kyle, too.
Okay.
Can't tell.
Who's my favorite player?
No, it wasn't Sakic. It wasn't Sakic. He was
First
earlier,
overall.
I think. He was earlier than that.
First overall.
He was 80.
Was he?
Yeah,
So is that really who is the 90 overall first?
No, I
91st overall
was really
draft pick. Is that basically what that question is?
Good player in the 90s, huh? Sakic was better than he was into the 2000s. He was still relevant. So
Just by the way, Sakic was 87, and he was 15th overall, and was not. They had the 9th pick overall too, and they didn't pick Joe Sakic.
Who was the 9th pick that year?
Brian Fagerty.
Yeah, how's he doing?
Not good. Not great, Bob.
Nah.
All right, back to the questions.
all right,
You are on the clock.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sweet.
Sorry about that.
Jeez, I just gotta name somebody at this point, huh?
I have no clue.
Oh, I know who it is. You're not gonna get it. You're fucked. You are
Hey,
fucked.
see, he gives the 2 layups. He gives those easy ones.
Yeah, I did.
I could
I'm
do.
gonna go with Yui Krupp.
No, can I
No.
do one gesture to tip him off?
Yes.
One gesture.
Yes. Wait, make sure the camera gets you though.
Yeah,
you,
give
gotta-
it from the camp.
you might be too close.
What, Solani?
No, that was
All-Star game.
that was
All-Star game.
terrible.
Oh, Nolan!
Yes.
Wow. Owen
Was it
Nolan.
terrible?
Wow.
Was it terrible if he got
Yeah,
it right?
You know, he
he
was
goes-
picking his
he
picking
goes
his spot.
this.
He was picking
I
his
did
spot
it
against
in the wrong
Dominic
order.
Cash.
You did
did
it
it in the wrong.
Brady. Yep.
Yeah, I
He
did
goes
it in the
top
wrong
shadows.
order.
Owen Nolan. Yeah.
What do you want from me? We're deep in the pod now.
That's
you
all right.
know,
That's
that's
all
about
right.
all I got.
Kyle.
Ah.
Kyle.
Wrong.
Wrong. 0
0 for
for
2.
0 for 2.
0 for 2
0 for 2. We'll see if you can go 0 for 3.
on the hockey.
Kyle, in European hockey,
Really bad.
specifically the Finnish
Sorry.
league, what does the golden helmet mean?
Love it. Love it. This kid's fucked.
It's gotta be like. It's gotta be like the. It's gotta be like, what is it? You're the champion. You're the ex-champions of the league.
Which one?
Of the Finnish Hockey League.
You said ex-champions and champions.
Like you're the current champion, like the past champion.
Either way,
It's
you're
like
wrong.
it's like wearing the
Defending
yellow.
champ.
It's like wearing the
Defending-
yellow jacket.
Defending-
Defending,
Wrong.
defending champion.
Defending champion.
Wrong.
Wrong.
What the hell does it mean?
Who says you're the current and the past?
It is
champion? What an asshole.
each team has a player that wears the golden helmet who has the most points currently on their
Wow.
team.
So it's like the freaking Tour de France.
It's pretty cool, right?
Like the Tour de France. You wear the yellow
You
jacket.
you literally
yellow
have a
jersey.
target on your head.
Shit, I didn't know that.
What is it? What is it?
It's a marketing thing
So in the
that
KHL,
their league.
each team, one player wears a yellow helmet.
I don't know if it's the KHL, but like the Finnish elite league that they have, there is a team from Finland in the KHL, but the Finnish league also has its own league.
It's impressive.
Each team has a player that wears a golden helmet. Also, like how in soccer tournaments you get like the golden boot.
Yes.
That's also like the player of the year.
Gotcha.
But that's like an award given at the end of the year. But like Mikko Rantanen, before he joined the NHL, wore it for
Really? Huh.
the year that he was in that league.
Yep, never would have got that.
Okay.
Hey,
0
Kyle.
for 3.
0 for 3.
Greg, let's lead off the non-hockey.
You think you're ready, buddy?
Probably not.
0 for 3. Trying to save Ofer on the day. Let's go.
Listening.
Discussion. In honor of Memorial Day. Okay. We all know what day it is.
Great, you're gonna make me feel like a real piece of shit here. Thanks.
What is the oldest American brewery?
Budweiser.
Wrong.
Wow.
Wait,
Tyler.
is it Yingling?
Yes.
Yeah. What year do you think it was founded in?
Dude, I don't even. I knew it was either Budweiser or Yingling.
Well, you
I have
guessed
no
wrong.
idea.
It's
No, I did
0 for
guess
4.
wrong.
You don't know?
I don't know.
1829.
Wow,
How about that?
it's a good question.
I
Yingling.
appreciate
too.
that. Can I
I was
I'm
between
going
two.
to take a leak real quick.
All right.
See if you're true investments.
Bye, Greg. Good luck.
Anywho,
You're definitely not running behind the shed. All right, so my turn?
yes.
All right, so I just had to look this up. So what planet is closest to the sun?
Mars.
That's after Earth.
That's after Earth.
It's
See how
after
this,
Earth.
see how this question just changed? I was right though. Mars is the closest, right? To the
Closest to the sun? No.
No.
It's after Earth in terms of distance.
Yeah, Mars
It's
is farther away from the sun than us.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I don't know the solar system, boys.
It's Mercury.
Mercury. All right.
Well,
0 for 5.
0 for 5 here, bud.
Kyle,
Bob.
Bobo.
0 for 5. You got one chance left. But I'm going to give you, because I'm a nice guy, 2 chances to get this right.
What is this?
Wow.
What kind of
Love
bush
it.
league is this?
Well, listen, all right?
All right.
Tyler wants trivia back. I
Tyler.
get it.
Or Kyle.
I do.
You know, Tyler. Yeah, Tyler. Kyle.
Same person.
2 chances.
Listening.
In what year was Memorial Day founded? Or if you give me the president that made it a national holiday, I'll still give it to you. Sticking with the theme of Memorial Day. And then I'll drop some Memorial Day facts on you after.
Just beat him into the ground.
I'm doing it more for the listeners at home, you know.
You know,
You're fucked, buddy.
I don't know this one. You are correct.
Bob doesn't even, or Greg doesn't even
I'm going to go with 1989 is the year.
You're very closer than I thought you would have guessed.
And
Because
I'm
I
gonna
asked
go-
Greg, and he guessed like 1807.
Wow.
Which is very wrong.
And I'm going to go with
Is it the Earth? Good question.
Are you separating your two guesses just in case? Spreading out your bets?
Well, no,
Think of it.
1989 is my year of guess.
Yeah.
President, let's go with good old Abe Lincoln.
Okay. 0 for 6.
Okay.
Guys,
Wow, pass the torch. Bob,
you want me to drop some knowledge?
question and answer. What was it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
1966.
Okay.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
1966.
Yep. Lyndon B. Johnson declared Memorial Day a national holiday
LBJ.
based off of, guess this, Waterloo, New York. The place with the founding of Memorial Day. But before that,
The home of Zach Bogosian.
no, he's from
No.
Messina.
Cena. Damn it, I do
Very
that
different
every
parts of the
time.
state.
Idiot.
I mix those places up every
It's not even
fucking
close.
time.
How do you mix them up?
Because they're up there, Messina,
start
Waterloo.
with
Who
the
gives
wa-
a
they
shit
start with
what's
the-
up
Messina
there?
is like the most northern spot of New
I
York State.
know,
Waterloo
but
is
who
like
cares
30 miles
what's
east of
up there?
Rochester.
Fuck. I'm sorry, go on.
Go back to Buffalo, bud.
Memorial Day used to be called
please.
Decorated Day or something like that, in which it honored World War II. Or it was actually 1866. It was for the Civil War. And then after World War I, they started to call it Memorial Day because of Waterloo, New York. Lyndon B. Johnson passed that as law in 1966. And in 1971, Congress officially named the last Monday of every May
That's that.
Memorial
So
Day.
easy.
See, I learn something
Alright.
new every day here on the
There we
Six
go.
Beers podcast.
So dropping some knowledge on you guys at home.
Yes.
Free
Guys,
knowledge. Are you fucking kidding me?
again.
Feedback protection. Did I yell into it again?
Yep.
My fault again.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
That's
what
okay.
Oh,
a virgin.
There
a
might be
nerd.
some random
No.
spots of pausing throughout this
Listen.
podcast. I'm not sure if the recording continues, but when we get the no feedback,
Lord
or the
Hobo.
feedback,
We
No.
love you, man, but
No.
like figure out your cans right
Well,
now.
figure out your sample packs, boys. We love you. The beer's great.
Obviously, there's been 12 other beers drinking here, and he's the only one that had a problem with it.
I think so. That's the common denominator
I think
right there.
I think
for
it's
12.
I think it's consumer error.
2 for 10 is not a good.
Oh, that was good. That was
That
good.
worked.
That was
2 for
perfect.
10 is not a good ratio, though. I'm just saying.
Or user error.
I think it's user error.
How do
Either
you
way,
fuck that-
guys,
Yeah, it doesn't-
let's
Anyway,
wrap this
you're
up.
right. It doesn't matter.
Let's wrap this
The
up.
inaugural pod outside.
Hell of an outdoor pod.
Great pod.
Great success.
Great time.
We're hopefully the audio. Either way, you know.
No, there's more to come.
Well, I'm just saying the
Yeah,
audio. It might pause
summertime,
during when I get the little
easy.
feedback alerts, but we don't really care because we got the video rolling.
I had my mic off for an entire pod. It had to have sounded.
Yeah,
a
it's
bit
only been up
better.
from there.
Yeah.
We would like to thank Lord Hobo Brewing for this lovely, tasteful sample pack.
Fact.
Great.
Facts
Give our thanks to them.
Facts only.
Yes.
Also, Coach Tony's hell of a job. We will be eating the shit out of these hot sauces later today.
Very
during,
nice.
During Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep.
Everyone at home,
VGK.
cthotsauce.com, the first official sponsor of the Six and Beers podcast. You can check it out at sixandbeers.com as well. And with that, guys, games, 7 games, 6 games, 5 games, and 4 games. It has
Yep.
been real.
It's been fun.
But it hasn't been real fun.
Oh, that was ruthless.
Hey, we didn't get any feedback protection there.
I don't.
I'm the only
How
one
does
that
that
got
not? How does that not get feedback protection?
Are you shitting me?